This is big. Starting tomorrow, airlines in the States, they're going to start slashing flights first by 4%, but by Monday, 10%. Or with the only exceptions being international flights, which shouldn't be affected. Or with Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy adding that the delays would affect 40 airports across the US. And then that was followed up by Federal Aviation Administration Administrator, say that 10 times fast, Brian Beeford, who said, as we slice the data more granularly, we are seeing pressures build in a way that we don't feel if we allow it to go unchecked will allow us to continue to tell the public that we operate the safest airline system in the world. And while initially it was unclear which exact airports were going to get hit, we now know the list includes a who's who of every major US airport. So major carriers are starting to warn passengers that these cancellations are coming all across Twitter and said that those affected would be reached out to. And these cancellations and reduced flights, they're unfortunately needed because of the ongoing shutdown. Or because airport personnel like the 13,000 air traffic controllers and the 50,000 TSA agents, they're overwhelmed not only because of missed paychecks, though that matters, but also because of massive increases in their workloads. Now, major airlines, they try to make things a little easier for ATCs by offering free meals following their first paycheck getting missed. A sandwich and a side, it doesn't pay your mortgage, your gas, your electricity. And so, while by law, they're required to still work through a government shutdown without any pay, they're not allowed to go on strike. They're taking sick days and PTO instead, or with who knows how many taking side jobs in the meantime because you have bills to pay. This is happening at a pretty large scale with so far 30 of the largest airports seeing 20 to 40% of their ATCs call out. And keep in mind, and I'm probably talking to the choir here because we've talked about this in the past, but even before this, the United States was already struggling with a massive shortage of ATCs. And then, of course, remember the timing, even when everyone's showing up, the holidays are already expected to be a hellscape at airports. And so now we have this situation that's having a cascading effect. And overall, you have airlines estimating that so far, the government shutdown has affected 3.2 million travelers, and the cancellations, they're just gonna make that number skyrocket. Which, just as an aside, I feel for everyone being impacted by the shutdown right now, but I especially feel for the air traffic controllers. That already is considered one of the most stressful jobs in America where, one mistake, it possibly kills a lot of people. And now things are even worse. It doesn't feel like there's an end in sight. You're being treated like a pawn because if feels like whether it be these air traffic controllers or really anyone else in the government affected by this shutdown, it feels like the ruling party, they have control of everything, right? The Republicans and Trump, they're using these people as hostages and they're counting on essentially the Democrats to care about human beings, other Americans more, and that they're gonna give in at some point. For now, we're gonna have to wait to see how this shutdown continues. And for everyone else, if you're planning to travel for the holidays, expect it just to be crazy out there, right? Hope for the best, but really prepare for the worst.